Hello, everyone. Today, I decided to return to the topic of reading books, especially focusing on addressing a problem that many of you face, feeling sleepy as soon as you pick up a book. This is a common phenomenon, and I will help you understand the causes as well as provide effective solutions. Let's take a look and learn together. I will divide this lecture into three specific steps, step by step, so you can immediately apply them in your life. This is not just theory, but also practical experiences that I and many others have verified. First, to read books without getting sleepy, you need to choose topics that you are genuinely interested in. I have mentioned this issue in many previous videos, but today I will delve deeper so you can understand better. This is the most important foundation, the core to maintaining your interest and avoiding feelings of boredom while reading. Think about it. When you read news about singers, scandals, or sensational articles, do you ever feel sleepy? Or when scrolling through Facebook, reading interesting statuses or posts in groups, if the content is captivating, you stay alert, sometimes even forgetting the time. So why do you feel sleepy when reading books? The reason is not that reading itself causes sleepiness, but rather that boring content, which is not suitable for you, is the main cause. I am confident about this. Therefore, if you are not used to reading books or rarely finish one, start by choosing books related to your personal interests. Reading has many levels, from light literature, poetry, to complex classic works. If you are just starting out and choose difficult or uninteresting books right away, you are likely to become discouraged and give up. How can you be interested if you lack a foundational knowledge and do not see value from the beginning? I encourage you to start with thin, easy-to-read books that align with your interests. If you love art, showbiz, read books about the lives of celebrities or autobiographies of your idols. For example, if you like Ronaldo, read Ronaldo's autobiography. If you love music, look for books about the history of music or songwriting techniques. If you're passionate about origami or other hobbies, read books on those topics. There is nothing to be ashamed of. Reading what you like is the best way to establish a reading habit. When you love the content, you will easily find something to learn, be positively influenced, and gradually build a good reading habit. Some of you may wonder, but I want to learn in-depth knowledge, and that knowledge lies in fields I don't like. What should I do now? This is a common contradiction. I want you to understand that to have a good reading habit in sufficient level, you need a process. Don't rush to read difficult books like Marketing Management by Philip Kotler if you're not ready. First, read simple things to create a foundation. Reading what you love not only helps you form a habit, but also makes you enjoy reading more, thus paving the way for more complex books later on. To illustrate, I will share a personal story. When I was a student, I once had free time and decided to go to the National Library. For the first time, I was overwhelmed by the huge number of books. It felt like every problem in life could be solved there. However, instead of choosing books about the problems I was facing, I was drawn to the autobiography of Diego Maradona, a football player I highly admired. Even though I had never voluntarily read books before, I finished that one just because I love football and my idol. After that, I read David Beckham's autobiography and many others. Gradually, as I got used to it, I moved on to more difficult books, and now I can read heavy works that others find hard to digest. It all started from reading what you love. Next is step 2 to reading books without feeling sleepy. You must ask yourself what you want to learn from this book. This is a conscious, goal-oriented, and mindful way of reading that helps you maintain concentration and avoid sleepiness. When you know what you need from a book, your focus will increase significantly. Remember, just ask one question. For example, what do I want to learn from this book? Then as you read, you only pay attention to the parts that relate to that question. Underline or highlight important passages, and then review them to reinforce your understanding. This method is very simple but effective. For instance, if you are reading Ronaldo's autobiography with the goal of learning how to overcome pressure from someone who had nothing to becoming a famous person, you will only focus on the sections that describe how he faced difficulties, criticism, and public pressure. You read carefully, underline, and then summarize the lessons. When you read with such a goal, you will be alert, engaged, and unlikely to feel sleepy. Reading a book at this point is like an explorer searching for treasure. You only care about the treasure, ignoring everything irrelevant. The two steps of choosing a favorite topic and asking a question are enough for you to read without feeling sleepy. If applied well, you will notice a significant difference. If after these two steps you still feel a bit sleepy, which is very rare, here is step 3. Read aloud. I know some experts might disagree, claiming that reading aloud slows down reading speed and creates bad habits. They recommend silent reading, reading quickly to increase efficiency. But I do not agree with this approach. To me, quality is more important than speed. With the mindset of a manager, I only care about the results. If you read silently quickly but only get through 3 pages before feeling sleepy, while reading aloud is slower but you get through 10 pages and stay alert, then clearly reading aloud is more effective. I accept a slower pace, but at least I am still reading, not giving up, and completing the book. Many books, especially profound works, need to be read slowly and aloud to be understood clearly. Do not chase after rigid methods like silent reading or skimming if they do not yield results. If you feel sleepy when reading silently, switch to reading aloud. Even if it is slower, you are still making progress, and that is what matters. I still often read silently, but when I feel sleepy or distracted, I switch to reading aloud. Even though it takes longer to finish a book, I maintain my interest and achieve my goal. This is practical experience, not theory. The 3 steps of choosing a favorite topic, asking a question, and reading aloud when necessary will help you overcome the habit of giving up halfway, a very bad habit, especially for beginners. Reading is the easiest way to gain knowledge from humanity. No one can spend a month just teaching you how to do business or become wealthy, but books can. Buy books, read books, and apply what you learn. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video enjoyable and helpful, please give me a like and subscribe. See you in the next videos.